What's up, YouTube? Another banger here. Slaughter Gang. Slaughter Family. My bad. I'm talking about sadness. Because sadness go away. Yes, it can. It's just how you deal with the sadness. Yes, sadness is hard to deal with. Yes, it's hard to get over. But eventually, sadness does go away. It might take a month. It might take 2 months. It might take 3 months. It might take six. It might take a year to get over sadness. But eventually, the sadness will go away. How do you prevent if the sadness taking over you or overwhelming you? Is like go out. Don't think. Just don't try to think about it. I know it's hard to think about when you lost a loved one, and I get that. I lost a cousin, actually a day for my birthday. He hung himself on 9/11. So that was hard for me to get. That was hard. That was tough because we were close. Like everywhere we lived right by each other. So we always play video games together. We played kickball, hockey. Pretty much everything we did was always together. So when I found out that he hung himself, it hurt. It hurt a lot actually. And like to this day, I miss him and I love him, and I'm sad he's gone. But to this day, like the sadness that I had for that accident that occurred, that I went through when he took his life, it went away. I mean, it took me a year to eventually get over that, losing a cousin that I was so close to. But I eventually got over it, and I made it. I made it through. I made it through it. So sadness does go away. It's not gonna go away just like that. It's gonna take a while, and also it depends on you too. Like if you're a strong person, then the sadness ain't gonna last long. But if you're a weak person, the sadness is probably gonna last longer than you want it to. But when you're sad, just don't let the sadness overwhelm you or control you. Because if you do that, then you'll go into depression. And if once you're on depression, once you dig yourself that hole, it's hard to get out of the hole. Believe me, I know. I've been depressed multiple times. I actually had tried to take my life a couple times because I was depressed, and I didn't. I got help. So when I got help, they gave me some medicine. They took me to, I got me a therapist, which I talked to. My thing with sadness and depression, some people think talking to somebody isn't going to help with the depression or the sadness because they don't know what you're going through. But these people they set you up with, that's what they went to school for, went to college for. That's what they get paid for. To help you better yourself, help you get through the hard times and the rough times. Sadness does go away. It might take longer with some people than others, but that's okay. Just don't let the sadness take you over into depression. But once you're in depression, depression is another story, and it's hard to get out of depression. Like to this day, I still deal with depression, but with how I deal with it is when I feel down or I feel sad or like feel like I'm about to go back into the darkness, I just kind of just sit down, breathe, relax, listen to some music, and just chill. And usually when I do that, it just passes right by. So music works for me when I'm sad and depressed. Some people might be music, it could be food, it could be hanging out with friends, it could be video games, it could be reading books, watching movies, or whatever it could be. Find your jit that makes you feel better. when you go in depression, because that helps a lot going through when you going through depression. It helps a lot, and sadness does go away. Just gotta take your time and get through it, day by day, step by step, and you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Peace.